Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha, for those of you guys who are new. I know a lot of you guys are coming back because you saw my part 1. So here's the part 2. The first thing I want to start off by saying is that I really need to point this out very clearly because it seems like a lot of people didn't understand this part of my last video. The purpose of this video is not to hate, it's not to bully, it isn't to get you guys to unfollow them or unsubscribe for them, or unsubscribe from them, or even unsubscribe from them and subscribe to me. That's not my intention here. If you want to be subscribed to them, that is your choice, that is up to you. If you want to be subscribed to me, that's also your choice and up to you. If you want to be subscribed to both of us, that's totally okay. That is up to you. The purpose of this video was to let my longtime subscribers and followers know the situation and what happened, because I know a lot of people were wondering what happened since you guys are seeing me not post about them and there isn't very many interactions online. So the purpose here was to just let everyone know what went down, my reasoning behind it, and all of that. Another purpose of this video is for you guys to hear my story and what happened and learn from it, so you guys don't make the same mistake that I did. I've now been making videos for over a year and I've gotten the chance to interact with different people online who create content, and I'm realizing that a lot of people online portray a nice picture for you online when in reality that's not really who they are. And I've noticed a lot of content creators aren't very honest, and that is ultimately my goal here. I want to be very honest. I'm an honest person in real life. Even I don't like lying and I don't like pretending to be something that I'm not. So that is another reason why I'm creating this video. The next point that I want to bring up that a lot of people are confused about is about the whole situation about meeting them. So yes, in my last video I talked about my trip to Maryland and how I didn't go to go meet them. But did I end up meeting them? Yes, I did end up meeting them. So what happened here was, if you guys watched my last video, you saw when I confronted Cyrus in August and I sent him a very long text about how it seemed like I was just sending the money for them to use it for all the luxury things that they have and all of that. So in August I didn't end up going to Maryland, but in September I ended up going to LA, and the purpose of me going to LA wasn't to meet them. My purpose of going to LA was actually to try to see if I can find Alyssa Violet to meet her. But when I ended up going to LA, it just so happened that they had just moved to LA that week. So we ended up being in LA at the same time. So when I made it to LA that morning, I texted Cyrus and let him know that I was in LA. And I basically just said something like, oh, I'm in LA, I saw that you guys are in LA too, like let me know if you guys want to meet up, or something like that. I wasn't forcing anything on him. I wasn't like expecting him to say, yeah, let's meet up. I just put the idea out there. If you've looked through my YouTube channel, you probably saw where I answered a Q&A about meeting them and all of that. Obviously it had just happened and I was very excited that I had met people that I had been watching online and people that I really looked up to. But now that I think about it, even then I had thought about this, but it didn't matter to me because I had met them. But when I went to go meet them, it didn't really go as expected. So when Cyrus called me to tell me to meet them, he told me to meet them at a restaurant. So at that point, I honestly really thought that we were meeting up. We were all meeting up to have dinner, because I mean, you know, if your friend tells you, hey, meet me at a restaurant, you would assume that you guys are having dinner together, right? So that's pretty much what I assumed. I assumed we were all having a dinner together, and from there, you know, we all go do our own thing. So I show up to the restaurant, and if you saw the video where I met them, you notice that I walk onto like a little patio area, which is where they were eating. And then if you watch the rest of the video, you notice that it's on the sidewalk. So pretty much when I went to go meet them, I showed up, and when I showed up, they were already done eating. And what they did was they walked out to the sidewalk and basically just stood on the sidewalk with me and talked to me there and recorded what you saw with me there on the sidewalk. We didn't have dinner together. It's honestly just, it's very weird to me that it happened like that, because I mean, any normal human would think that, you know, if you're meeting up with someone at a restaurant, that you would sit down and eat a meal together. So that whole situation was kind of weird to me. A lot of people are also saying that I'm jealous about Christina. I am definitely not jealous about Christina. I don't even like Cyrus at this point, so I don't know what I'd be jealous about. For those of you guys that are my long-term followers and have followed me on Instagram and Musically, you guys have seen that I've posted about other people ever since I stopped talking to Cyrus. I stopped talking to Cyrus last year, maybe around October. For you guys that did follow me, you guys probably remember me posting Christian on my Instagram. And you guys remember me going to Texas to go visit Christian. So I really don't see what I would be jealous about if I don't even like Cyrus anymore. I got over that a long time ago. One other thing that I want to bring up is recently a fan decided to message Christina and ask if everything that I was saying was true. I think it is just so fun. Her response was just really so funny. I'll put it right here on the screen. Basically, she's telling the fan that I'm making everything up, that I'm lying because I like Cyrus and I'm mad about it. I really have no reason to make stuff up. Like, okay, you guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have shit to do. I have a life. I have to work. I work 40-hour weeks, and on the side, I cat sit and dog walk. I have shit to do. If I have no reason to sit here and make up a lie about someone else's life. I am here to let you guys know what happened, and you guys can make whatever decision you want about the way you're gonna think about them based on what I'm telling you. She told people that I made it up, that I was lying, and I really just think that it is so funny that she said that, because she wasn't even around while this situation was happening. During the time that I still talked to Cyrus, and I talked to him very often, Cyrus didn't even know Christina yet. Cyrus and Christina had never even met yet. Cyrus was still with his ex-girlfriend at that time. So I don't see how she's even involved in this and why people are bothering to ask her. Okay, so yes, you guys are probably noticing I'm wearing different clothes. My hair is different. I'm not wearing glasses. Yes, this part of this video is taken on a different day. So the reason I'm recording this part of the video separately is because after I filmed the last parts, I found more information, so I decided I wanted to include this. So there was kind of a little outbreak. Everyone saw these messages, I'm gonna put them right here, between Christina and Cyrus's ex. A lot of people were making assumptions about Christina based off of the messages that she wrote. And I'm just gonna give you the full story and the background on that conversation and what actually went down. So, first things first, I am not going to tell you guys Cyrus's ex-girlfriend's name or her @name on Instagram. She did give me all the information about this conversation, but she asked that I do not share her information, her personal information. So I will not be giving that out. Please do not send me messages asking me what her name is or what her @name is, because I will not be giving that out. Okay, so for the sake of this video, we're going to make up her name so it's easy to follow along. So we're going to name Cyrus's ex-girlfriend Julia. Let's just call her Julia. So Julia and Cyrus broke up last year, and when they broke up, Cyrus asked Julia several times if they can be friends. Julia did not want to be friends with Cyrus at that time, which I totally understand. It's really hard for a girl to be friends with a guy that she dated for a really long time, that she actually had a relationship with, met the brothers, and you know, they were actually exchanging like I love yous. So I understand that you know, you can't always be friends with that person right away. So this was in September of last year. Now, April of this year, Julia decided to let Cyrus know that they can be friends. That if he'd like, they can catch up at Starbucks. Which is pretty normal. That's fine, right? You know, if you're catching up with an old friend, do it at Starbucks. She didn't invite him to her house. She didn't invite him to wherever. She just said, let's catch up at Starbucks if you'd like. Now, that is where Christina went crazy. So, I am going to put the screenshots of their messages right here. Christina looked up Julia and DM'd her, "Nice try, little one." Mind you, Julia is older than Christina. "Go find someone else's man to fuck with, because this one's mine and has been mine since August. You're fucking hilarious though, trying to get him back or something. He ain't coming back. He's moved on to better things and prettier ones too. But again, nice try. Cute. By the way, found your account through your Facebook name. I would never stalk you, let alone know your Instagram username. I have better things to do in my life, like spending time with my man." So Julia responded with, "Aw, honey, since August. He was crying in my bed in September, but take that up with him. Also, trying to fuck me, but considering I did the breaking up late July and he rebounded onto you, I would think I was being platonic, but let your insecurities help you write it out." Christina responded with, "We've been official since October, only met in October, and he broke up with you because he wasn't in love with you. You don't know us, but good luck trying to figure us out. Peace." So Julia responded with, "Honey, no, I broke up with him and you said since August. Seems like you have a few screws loose, but you seem to be happy, so good for you, really." Christina responds with, "I don't need to explain myself to you, but he messaged me in August." Julia responded with, "I empower women, not tear them down." Christina responded with, "Good for you." Julia responds, "But you should work on yourself. You clearly have a lot to work on." Christina responds with, you disrespected me and my man knows that." Julia responds with, "Ha ha ha, interesting how he goes to ghetto after having class." In which Christina responds with, "I'm about to fuck him, so I can't talk right now." Julia responds, "But again." Christina responds, "Bye." And Julia responds, "Your own beauty. I wish you the best, and I really hope you stop being so painfully insecure." So after taking a look at those messages, who seems like the crazy one here? Mind you, Christina and Cyrus started dating when Cyrus moved to LA. The DOBRE brothers hadn't even moved to LA in August yet. They moved there in September. So, sounds like Christina's not adding her lies up. But hey, you know what? That's your sweet, innocent Christina for you. I really hope for all the viewers out there, all the young female viewers, I really hope that you're not looking up to Christina. Don't be like her. the way that she's attacking people online, it just shows really how insecure she is. If she knew that Cyrus genuinely loved her and only her, she wouldn't be worried about who's trying to talk to Cyrus or who's trying to do what with Cyrus, because you know, if Cyrus actually really genuinely loved Christina, he would ignore all the other girls that are trying to talk to him. So the next thing I want to talk about is how people are saying that I am crazy for paying them and that I shouldn't expect friendships or relationships from people that I'm paying. The first thing I want to say is, before this situation, I have never paid anyone for a friendship, for a relationship, for any interaction at all. It's just that when I found them, they seemed like such great people, and I was being supportive of people that I really liked online. It is the same way that most of you guys are with your favorite artists or your favorite actors or actresses or painters or basketball players. Whatever you guys like, you guys buy their stuff because you want to support them. You guys buy albums, you buy concert tickets, you buy merchandise, you go on their tours, you if you know, you might buy their movies, you might pay to attend like some sort of like event that they're hosting. I don't know. There is a lot of things that you guys pay for that help support someone financially. And that's pretty much what I was doing in this situation. I didn't intend to send $4,000 to these 4 boys from Maryland. It just happened. It added up to $4,000. At the time, I had no idea that I had sent them $4,000. That is just what it added up to. I was so persuaded in the moment that I was sending my money to people who were worth sending to, that it just happened. And I do not intend to ever send money like that to anyone ever again. I'm not crazy. I don't need a therapist. This isn't something that just happened to me. Obviously, if there's a lot of us that this happened to, it must not be our fault. It must not be on our end as to why this is happening. Yes, I understand no one put a gun to my head and forced me to send money to them, which I agree to. I agree. No one did force me to send that. The last thing I want to talk about is expectations. A lot of people are telling me that my expectations were too high, but we really need to think about who these people are. These people are human beings. Just because they have a larger following than the rest of us, just because they have more money than the rest of us, doesn't mean we should expect less from them. People are saying that I'm entitled because I expected him to meet me, to talk to me, I don't know, whatever you guys are saying. I don't see how that makes me entitled. He told me that I was his friend, so I expected him to treat me as a friend. Put yourselves in that situation. If you guys have a friend, let's say a friend from school, someone that you're really, really close with. Let's say you and your friend from school decide to take a nice little trip to, let's say, Mexico. Let's say you guys want to go to Cancun and lay on the beach for a weekend. Okay, so you and your friend make some plans to go to Mexico. You save up your money. You give yourself some time so you can take the time off of work. You can, you know, get all your homework done before you go. And the week before you're about to go to Mexico, your friend says, oh no, I don't know if I can go to Mexico with you because I'm kind of busy. But you've been planning this and talking about it with your friend for multiple months. Would you just say, oh, okay, like it's cool, like it's not an issue? Or would you be upset with your friend? This is the same situation here. Like, yeah, they may have more followers and have YouTube careers, but that doesn't change that they're human. You know, you can do, any person can do what they want. If they really wanted to do something, they could do it. YouTube isn't stopping them. So for the biggest portion of this video, I really want you guys to hear the stories of other people who experienced similar situations with them. So the first person that I'm going to introduce to you guys is Betsy from South Dakota. Okay, hi Betsy.
Hi.
Okay, so you obviously know why I'm calling you today. We're going to talk about our situation with the DOBRE brothers. So why don't you start by telling me how you found out about them?
Okay, so I just downloaded Musical.ly. This was like a year ago, and I saw that there were like some twins live, and I was like, oh, let me check that out, and I did. I saw people were sending gifts, and I like to compete with people, so I sent a dab reel, and then they were like, oh, I am Betsy with the dab reel. We're gonna call you, and I'm like, what? And I wasn't ready for the call, but I accepted anyways because I didn't know who they were. And, you know, like, they asked me questions, and I answered them, and I thought Marcus was really cute because, well, when Lucas said Marcus thinks you're cute, that's when I automatically, like, went head over heels over him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And is that, like, the same way that you found out about Darius and Cyrus?
Dari, I found Dari, like, on my Explorer, on Instagram, actually. And then I found his Musical.ly, and I was like, oh my god, he's so hot. And then I went to his Musical.ly, and I was like, oh my god, he's related to the twins that I talked to. Mm-hmm. So I followed him. And then I saw that he had another brother that I was like, oh, there's like 4 guys. Okay, let me follow all of them. And I did.
So have you ever talked to any of them without sending them anything?
I did send stuff, but in the beginning, Cyrus would talk to me more because I want his follow on Instagram. And then after that, he DM'd me and he's like, yo, what's your Snapchat? And I was like, oh, I'll give it to you. Because I already added him or whatever. Then he added me back. And then he's like, what's your number? And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I gave him my number. And then he was like, and then he texted me and said, hey, this is Cyrus. If you need any advice, just hit me up. Oh, I got you. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
So you won his follow, but how did you win it?
Sending dab reels, of course. Sending money that I worked hard for.
Do you remember how many you sent for the follow?
A lot. Like, over probably like $1,000 something.
You're saying like total, like the entire time that you've supported them?
Supporting them plus the trips I made, or just the dab reels in total?
Just the dab reels.
The dab reels, probably like a lot, like $2,000.
And then you took trips to go see them?
Yes, I did.
Where did you go to try to see them?
I went to LA.
And what happened in LA when you went?
I went to LA to see them. I was super pumped, super excited, and I texted Cyrus, of course. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm heading to LA, like, hopefully I can see you guys there, meet you up. And he's like, yeah, sure, like, we'll probably be there. And then a week later, I found out they went to Maryland. That was when Cyrus, you know, got robbed, and, you know, like, everyone was worried about him or whatever. And but he came back, like, the weekend I went to LA, that's when Dari and Cyrus came back.
Okay, so then who did you meet?
Just Cyrus.
Hi. Hey, Betsy, number 1.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just Cyrus. But did Cyrus make it seem like you were going to meet all of them?
He said, yeah, we're probably going to be there.
Okay, and what other trip did you make to try to meet them?
I went to Dallas for the DOBRE tour.
So you bought a ticket for the tour and you traveled to a different state across the country to try to meet them.
And bought VIP also.
And bought VIP. And what ended up happening there that you didn't meet them?
They canceled it for no reason.
And
like, if it wasn't for Dari tweeting tour canceled, I would have not known they canceled it.
And did any of them know before you went that you were going to go there to meet them?
I did DM Marcus, and this is how it began. I was like, hey, Brat, you freaking answer me. Can't wait to see you in Dallas. And then, like, 8 hours later, he came back and DM'd me a heart. And then, like, he answered my DM. He probably, of course, saw the, hey, I'm coming to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know.
And at that point, you couldn't, you had already bought your flight, so you couldn't, like, get your money back or stop your trip from happening. And as far as, like, how you've, like, talked to them, it sounds like most of the talking happened with Cyrus, not really with the other three.
Yeah.
And when you talked to Cyrus, did he ever initiate any conversation with you besides the first time when he was getting your number?
Nope. It was always me saying, hey, I got this, you know, I need advice or something. Or, like, whenever I would get, like, super emotional, but he would just have, like, a short response, and that'd be it. And
did Cyrus have you believing that they had your back no matter what?
I used to.
And what made you think that?
What?
What made you think that they had your back?
Because they would always be like, hey, like, we got you, you're our day ones, like, we'll never fail you. We're here to talk with you, be your friends. Not fans, but friends and family.
And when did he tell you this? Was this, like, on a personal level, like through call, or was this like on a live stream, or?
Well, I remember there was a time in my life where my mom got really ill, really sick, and there was a time when I was, like, super depressed also. And I was like, hey, Cyrus, like, can we FaceTime? Like, let's talk and whatever. He's like, yeah, sure. We FaceTime for a good, like, 5 times, like, without even, like, saying, hey, you know, I need to pay for FaceTime, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he would do it. Like, he was actually super nice and sweet and would talk to me like a friend.
Did any of them ever make you feel like you had, like, an emotional connection to them? Like, it was more than just something on screen?
Of course. I thought they were my friends, you know? Like, I thought I was, like, more connected to them since we FaceTimed and texted sometimes and snaps and all this. And, like, also in live streams. And, you know, some people would ship Marcy or whatever. Like, even Dar would be like, Marcy, or, like, oh, when Marcus would appear in Dar's life, he'd be like, oh, Betsy thinks you're bae or whatever, you know? And, like, that made me feel like, oh my god, like, you know, it's gonna happen, woohoo, you know?
Mm-hmm. So when did that change? When did you change the way that you thought about them?
Like, months ago.
What triggered that change?
That they didn't, when they stopped doing live streams, they stopped doing Musically, when Cyrus deleted me everywhere, blocked me everywhere. That's when everything stopped.
Do you know why he deleted you and blocked you on everything?
No. He didn't give me a reason. He didn't say, hey, you know, like, I'm getting more fame, so keep it low key. Like, I gotta delete you, and I'm so sorry, but we can still keep it, like, nothing. He just, out of nowhere, he just deleted me everywhere. And that truly disappointed me as a fan and as a supporter towards them. like, of course you're gonna feel devastated because you paid for that. And plus, like, you thought you were, like, their friends, you know? So I probably confused myself a lot with friendship over fan.
Did he ever tell you that you were his friend, not a fan?
Yep.
So doesn't it make sense for you to believe that you were his friend and not a fan?
Yep.
And do you believe that him, like, being that way, like him deleting you on everything and blocking you and just acting differently, do you think that has anything to do with money and fame and becoming bigger and as he says, being more exclusive?
Yep. I believe that did happen because of it. I don't know why. Like, he never gave me a reason. I didn't have a reason to be deleted. I was fully supported towards them. I was never annoying to them. Because I would ask him all the time, hey, am I annoying you with this? Like, if you want me to stop, I will. And he was like, no, like, we love you. Like, we will never let you down, you know? But for no reason. It's just disappointing of how much you supported someone, even gave money to help them out, to succeed, and they give you just a slap in the face, apparently.
When was the last time you talked to him?
Well, like through FaceTime or text or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Since LA. So like 7 months ago?
Mm-hmm. And are you still following them?
No. I just follow the twins and Dari, but I do not follow Cyrus.
Well, is there any last thoughts that you have on him or them in general, or anything that you want to say to people who might be watching this?
Oh my god. Just don't idolize people. Don't believe in everything they say. I'm not spreading hate. I'm not saying do not like this person, you know, but just keep supporting them, keep loving them, but just don't get too fantasized over the beautiful things they say. And obviously they promised a lot of stuff. They did. And they made me feel really special. And it's just pretty sad how the situation turned upside down. And hopefully you viewers can see the other story, like the fans' side, the fans' point of view. I got like tongue twisted there. And to know that there's always two sides of the story, and you just don't have to automatically believe in what they say or how they act and stuff. Like, social media is just a platform to get money into. Not everyone, but just some people.
I agree. Well, okay, I will end this recording here if you don't have anything else to say to everyone. I totally agree with that. Don't believe in everything that people online tell you, and definitely don't send money because they're probably using you.
Oh yeah, don't send money because that's just a waste of money right there. And I just want to say a little thing to the viewers. Because of the Dobre Army, I made so much friends and so much relationships that I will never forget. I totally love the Dobre Army still, but it was time for me to part ways with them. And I will totally still support them, but not the way as I used to.
Yeah, so you guys can take that word of advice and hopefully not make the same mistakes that we did.
Yes.
The next person I want to introduce is a Kayla from Michigan.
Okay, my name is Kayla. I am from Michigan. Nice. I first found out the DOBRE brothers on YouTube. It was August 26th, 2016. Just like scrolling through YouTube and everything. I see this video. It's like 100 layers of plastic wrap or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this looks cool. Let's watch it. And I watched it, and then I loved them, and I'm subscribed, and then I turned the bell on, and then I just watched the rest of their videos. And, like, you didn't know much about them. You could try to, find stuff about them, but you really wouldn't know. Like, I had no clue who Darius and Cyrus were. I thought Aurelia was their sister at first. I thought it was pronounced Ariella. Like, you didn't really know anything about these people. And so I'm just like, oh, so they were like really secretive back then and everything, kind of, if that makes sense. So after I watched them, they meant a lot to me, like a lot. Like, about like a month after I subscribed to them or whatever, my great grandma passed away and everything, and it was hard because like I like seen her like every day. I'd help her like move around, I'd go get groceries for her and everything, and so like at her passing away, it was like really hard, but like I would watch their videos and I would smile because like them happy was making me happy. Yeah, and so like they just meant a lot to me. Like I would literally do anything to like I would do anything to see them smile because I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, they just meant like a lot to me. They literally were like my world at that time, especially because like how broken I was. There's this app called Musical.ly, and it's like the lip syncing videos. If you don't know what it is, then you must live under a rock. But they would go live, and the first one that majorly noticed me was Cyrus. Cyrus used to go live, but back then when he went live, he would kind of, it's like almost like a counseling session, I'd say, like a virtual counseling session, I guess, because like he would go live and he'd be like, today we're talking about depression, and then he would like say stuff about depression, and he would like give you some tips or whatever, like say positive quotes and everything. Some of his quotes were, stay positive, be yourself, and never give up. He would say that at the end of every single live stream, but he was like really inspirational, positive person. And so you could buy gifts, you could use your money, and then you could send him gifts. And I didn't know this at the time, but he was doing like, you could follow he would follow the top 5 gifters and everything. So I'm just like, I didn't know about that, and I just sent him gifts anyway because I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I love this kid. So I sent him gifts, and he called me, or guested me, whatever you want to call it. So like I was practically like video chatting with him on the app. So like all like the hundreds of people on there seen me talk to him and everything, and me cry because I was freaking out. And so he called me, and yeah, and then like after that he called me multiple times. Like I think I've gotten at least 28 calls from him on the app. And like people will say it's luck. It's sometimes luck. Like sometimes he'll be like, oh, I haven't talked to a Kayla in a while, let's guest her. Or sometimes it'd be like, you have to like send money for a guest or whatever. Like you'd have to use like money to be able to talk to them. And so the next time I've got followed, so he followed me on that app. And then the next time I got followed by somebody was from Darius. He was guested me 2 times previously before he followed me, but he didn't follow me because I like was top gift or anything. He followed me because a fan, Dia, whatever you want to call her, I love her, but she like asked her to call her, whatever, and he called her and it was glitching for me, but supposedly on the call, Dookie Dora asked Darius to follow me. And he did. And so then that's how he followed me. So technically I didn't like earn it, but like, I don't know. And I still appreciate her for that because it still makes me really happy. And so his live streams were always like really funny because he's just like that weird guy that like everybody wants to be friends with. Then the next time I got noticed was when Lucas and Marcus followed me. Okay, so before Lucas and Marcus followed me, they've followed me. I mean, they've guested me 2 times previously. So the first time they guested me was, I was just chilling in my room and everything, and I'm like, dude, I want to call. So I'm just like, I sent 2 dab reels, which is $100, so I spent $100, and then I sent another gift, which was $20, so I spent $120 just that night, and I got a call. And I was crying. I was literally crying because these were these 2 were the ones that like made me happy when I could not smile. They were like the ones who like brought the happiness to my day. They were like the ones that had the sunshine on the rainy day. Yeah. And then the next time they called me, I think it was probably, I sent a love bang. Literally one of the cheapest gifts, and they called me. It's like they just called me because I wanted to call me. And I'm just like, well, thank you. And so then I got the call. And then I was not top gifter when they followed me. My friend Bunny Marie was. I love her as well. I love them all. And so she was top gifter. And supposedly they were like if you're a top gifter, you would get a follow in a DM. And so Bunny Marie asked them to follow me. And so they followed me, and I was like on Instagram live stream one time when they followed me and everything. And I'm just streaming and everything, and it says, Dobre Twins followed you. And I'm like, what? And so then at that point, they all followed me. They all actually know who I was, and I was practically dying. And people would be like, oh, you're so lucky. And I'm like, some of it's luck, some of it was from me buying stuff. And then shortly after all of them followed me, Cyrus went live, and he kind of changed. Like, before he was like, ooh, all inspirational and everything, to when he comes back, he's like, if we get a dab reel in 10 seconds, I'll do a backflip. Counts down 10 seconds. And then he would come back, and it would be like, a countdown, doesn't get a dab reel, and he's like, if we get 2 dab reels in 10 seconds, I'll do a 10-second handstand. But like, yeah. And then, so he started getting countdowns. So that's when like I started to notice that they were changing or whatever. Was because like he was just like all into the money. Not like making people really happy. Like, if that makes sense. Cyrus did this live, and he was like, if I get a dab reel in 10 seconds, I will add you on Snapchat. And I'm like, yes. So, I sent a dab reel. I got an ad on Snapchat. And we would talk. Like, if I was going through, like, a rough time, if I was, like, sad, if something happened, if somebody picked on me, I felt, like, really low, I would message him, and he would say positive stuff to me. And then I would feel better. And then Darius followed me on Twitter, and I would also message him, and oh, crap, I don't want to know if I'm going to say this right, but he sent me a message saying, who cares what other people think? Hundreds of people every day try to bring me and my brothers down, but we have you guys to keep us moving. Ignore the haters. We love you, and the whole Dobre army loves you. Never give up. With like 2 red hearts. I think that's exactly what he said, but probably not. Then, randomly, out of nowhere this year, so my friend messaged me, she says, Kayla, did Cyrus unadd you on Snapchat? I'm like, why? And she says, because he unadded me. And I'm like, what? And so I go check. And next thing you know, your Snapchat is pending until Cyrus adds you as a friend. And I'm like, rude. And so then I messaged him on my main Instagram. Because he always replies to that. I don't know why. But he replied to that. And I asked him. And I'm like, did I do anything wrong? Because like, I'm sorry if I did anything because I didn't mean it. And he says, no, nothing wrong, with 2 laughing emojis. I'm like, well, thank you. One, don't waste your money on people. I'm not even kidding. Not 100% not even kidding. I probably spent over $5,000 in total, like, on these brothers. Whether it's buying merch, whether it's sending them gifts. The times I've been hacked because of them, like, I spend a lot of money on them. So one, be careful who you spend money on, because they're probably not the best people. But yeah, how I feel about them now. Their videos are really boring. Not gonna lie. They're the same thing every week. We try to slime a cop. It's probably a prank. I don't watch their videos anymore. We tried to slime a cop. We slimed our girlfriend. We slimed our little sister. Little sister that's not even their little sister. It's just all clickbait and literally all the same kind of videos. Like, we caught the scary column broken. A scary column broken. Somebody disrespected our house. Like, they're practically the same videos every single month. In their vlog channel, it's supposed to be a vlog channel, but yeah, it's still normal. It's like a normal YouTube channel, I guess. But, like, it's literally almost Cyrus and Darius talking just on the channel. Like, you might as well just make it Cyrus and Darius, not like the DOBRE brothers, because, like, Lucas and Marcus hardly ever talking there. Like, what the fudge? Okay, bye.
The next person I'm gonna introduce is Maddie from Florida, but she wasn't able to get a video together, so she did send me a message, which I will read to you guys. I will put it right here as I read. I tried talking about this subject in front of a camera for about 30 minutes and I was not capable of getting my point across. With that being said, I'm sending a message instead because I'm not well spoken on camera. To start on the whole subject, I discovered the DOBREs on YouTube last year in January. Finding them was the best thing that I thought had ever happened to me. I was in a very dark mental state before I had found them, and they really helped me take my mind off of things. After a few weeks of supporting them, my love for them really started when I found their Musical.ly accounts. I know that sounds crazy, but I really wasn't there for the videos. I was there for the livelies. The brother that stood out to me the most on this app was Cyrus. Cyrus always had themed lives where he would talk about dealing with depression, anxiety, bullies, and more. These lives helped me so much that I felt like I had to give back to him and show him my love and appreciation for him in return. It was unnecessary to do so, but I was constantly giving $50 gifts to Cyrus. This way, I unintentionally acquired Cyrus's phone number. Side note, Cyrus would tell fans to send those gifts in order to get his number. He would make it seem as if you would talk to him all the time and life would be great. In reality, it wasn't like that, because he was a busy man. Anyways, I would always reach out to him if I needed help with something, and he would always help me when he found the time. This went on for a few months until he stopped answering me. He would leave me on red or respond days later. This was when he began treating me more like a fan than a friend. I truly do feel like Cyrus and I were friends at one point, and I lost him because his ego grew too big for his own good. Once they moved to LA, things began changing fast, their content changed, and they were putting out more videos for more money. It didn't take long for them to begin prioritizing money over their fans. It was almost as if they, especially Cyrus, the one who connected with fans the most, stopped caring about the ones that got them to where they were in life. By this, I mean the original fans that had been around for a long time. While I had not been around for ages, I was a somewhat well-known fan in the DOBRE army. As someone that was so well-known and gave so much to the DOBREs, it hurt to watch the one who helped you battle through life suddenly ignore you like you don't exist. To wrap things up, Cyrus has changed too much for my liking. He used to be so connected to me, but I'm suddenly nothing to him. He unadded me on Snapchat and I can no longer communicate with him. While what I experienced was quite minor, it was definitely a painful experience. I just want to make my story known, and I hope that someone out there will be able to recognize the toxicity of the DOBREs, especially Cyrus. Also, I'm sorry about how jumbled my rant was. I'm a scatterbrained person and it's hard for me to get my point across. Take my story as you please, but everything mentioned is the truth. Maddie, also known as Multi-Melody. The next two people I want to introduce are Ashley and Alana from New York.
The lively gift point things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you send a DOBRE and whatever.
Yeah.
She sent maybe like 3 of them. So she spent $150, something like that.
Oh no, we sent 5. I remember because
How the heck? We sent 5?
Yes, you did too. Because you're like, Ashley, I don't want to do it. I don't want to spend $50. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it.
But I was like, we're gonna get a shout out. They might call us. They never called us, but
They never did.
I remember it was 5. I remember. Because I sent a picture on the box being like, Ashley with the DOBRE, whatever. Princess
Yeah.
Ashley with the DOBRE. Anyway, so we sent like $700 worth, right? Maybe like $600
For the gifts.
for the gifts, and then for Lively about $200. So we spent some money on them.
No, for Lively, it was definitely not $200. Definitely not.
If we sent 5 DOBREs, 5 times 50 is
That's for the DOBREs.
yeah, $50.
What about the Love Blast? Which was everything was $5.99 a piece.
We spent a lot of money.
That was a lot of money.
We spent a lot of money.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, we didn't realize that. But anyway, so we went to the city. We bought our bus ticket and everything. We spent 2 hours because we went on a local bus. So each town we went to, we had to pick people up or drop people off, whatever. So it took 2 hours to get there. So we got there around 12 o'clock, and we were supposed to work at like 1 o'clock, so we had to call out. So Ashley, we saw their hotel right away. I don't know how, because we don't go to the city like that, because we live in New York, but we don't go to
It's too busy.
Yeah, we don't go to the city that often. So we found their hotel right away. And Ashley took a picture.
It was black and gold. There's security like this looking at us because we kept walking back and forth trying to look inside and be like, can we go in? We just want to like see them.
Yeah, we just want to like see them, and they were just looking at us like,
what do you want?
Do you need something? Do you need help?
Yeah, do I need to take you down? Like that's what they were doing.
Okay, anyway. So we were there, we saw their hotel. Ashley took a picture of it, and she tagged all of them in it, even their friend, I don't remember their friend's name, whatever, their friend's name, and we're like, we're here, where you at? So they didn't message anybody back, you know, we weren't expecting it anyway. So as we're walking, because we had nowhere else to do, we're walking, and, you know, in the city, there's creeps, right?
A lot of creeps.
A lot of people with their hands out asking for money. And if we don't give them money, they're like, well, F you and whatever, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay. Yeah. But anyway, so we're walking up and down. We don't want to, like, go too far because what if we see them? We don't want to go, and also we don't want to go too far because we don't know where we're at.
Yeah,
so,
we don't want to get lost. Like,
we
have no charger. We had like what?
We had no jacket, and
we had no jacket.
Cold.
Our phone was like on 45%.
Yeah,
that was like
it was really weird.
It was important to have your phone. It was important.
So we're walking, and then we see an H&M, and we knew that they liked H&M. So we went in there. We went to the men's section, which was upstairs, and we bought them a few things. And we had a few things already because we bought them some stuff here in New York. But when we went to the city, we bought them other things. So, next to their hotel was a little park. It was like a little plaza park where there's a few stores. Not like a store, but you can go in there, but we didn't really go in there. So we just sat there. And, you know, when it was getting too cold and we had to walk somewhere, we would go up and down the same street over and over and over.
Just to warm up because we were cold.
Yeah, we were cold. So we weren't there for an hour or 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6. We were there for 7 hours waiting for them to come. And during those 7 hours, we saw that one of our Lively friends, Kayla,
because we went on Lively, because
Lively, yeah.
I went on my Lively, and I saw that there was about like a lot of people were on it because I were on the caption, me and the DOBRE brothers. And I put the camera up on the hotel, and I could see where they took the pictures up there on the top of the hotel. And we were yelling, being like, come down, come down. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. And then one of our Lively friends, her name was Kayla, she was on live. So we went on there, and we're like, can we call you? Can we call you? And she's like, yeah, sure. So we call her. And she was like, did you meet them yet? Like, where are they at? What did they look like? Whatever. Like, you're so lucky. You're right there. Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no, we didn't meet them yet. And then she's like, still? You guys been there since, like, 12 o'clock. And we're like, we know.
Yeah,
and,
we know.
Like, somebody who has their number, can you, like, call them? We've been here forever. We want to, like, meet them and leave.
We're getting
like,
tired.
Like, we've been out here for, like, ever. And so we don't know who messes them. But somebody did. They texted them saying, hey, you know, there's twins waiting outside for you. Can you guys come outside? and they didn't respond. So they didn't come out. So, you know, Ashley, she ended the live late because we're like, okay, we're just gonna wait. And I was just telling Ash, let's go home. Let's go home. We're not gonna see them. Let's go home. But I told her, let's just wait 15 minutes. 15 minutes go by. Let's just wait another 15 minutes. And went by. And I was like, let's just wait 15 more minutes because you never know. And the last time I said let's wait 15 more minutes, we seen them.
Yeah.
And I seen them, and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, that's them. Yeah. Then Alana was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, because you can clearly tell it was them. Because we're from New York. Like, we know, like, when someone's kind of, like, foreign because of how they walk, how they dress. Because New Yorkers, we walk fast because we have to go somewhere. Like, everybody here has something to do. They were walking, like...
They got all the time in the world.
They were, like, free walking. And they, like, we knew that was them because I seen them. And I was like, oh my... Like, it was only Darius and Cyrus. We did not see the twins or their friend. We did not see them. We only saw the older brothers. And we knew it was them because we were so close to them that we could tell you what they had on their head all the way down to their feet. Like, that's how close we were. And if we weren't that close, like how am I going to know what someone down there going to wear? We don't know that unless we're right here. Like, we're right here.
Yes.
So I didn't say anything. Ashley, she was like, hi, Cyrus. Hi, Darius. And then the people in front of us in the park, because we were sitting in the park, because, you know, where else are we at? We're sitting in the park. The people in front of us turned around like, you're not, who, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, and that's how we know they heard us, because if other people can hear us, there's no excuse why you can't hear us, no matter if it's busy or not, because she can talk. She knows her voice level and everything. And they just looked at us, and I will never forget it.
I will never forget.
I'll never forget. They looked at us like if you guys were us and we were them, like, they're walking like this.
They were next to each other. They're next to each other.
Yeah, they were next to each other. The one who was this way was the one who was close.
Because we were over there. We were over here. We were 5 feet away. Oh, over there. We were over there. Where my closet is, we were there.
Yeah.
You were Cyrus, because Cyrus was closer to us, and Darius was next to the road.
Yeah, but he was just a little bit behind. That's how we knew that was him, because he was a little bit behind him.
And he had that blonde hair, like...
Yeah, he was wearing all white.
With that hat.
With that hat that said DOBRE in the back.
Yeah.
Like, what the... Like, you're clear. We know you, right?
Yeah, we know.
And
Cyrus was wearing those black Tims. That's how I knew.
Black Tims and, like, a black shirt.
He was wearing all black. That's how I knew.
That's how we knew. And we can tell by his hair. It's spiked.
Yeah.
But anyway. What's on your wall? Alright, anyway, go. Okay, let's go.
Anyway, the way they looked at us when I was like,
Cyrus.
Yeah, whatever.
Cyrus, Darius.
Cyrus, Darius, hi! And they looked at us like this. They looked at us, like, if you guys were us, they were like this.
Like, and then they walked off.
And they legit walked off.
Like, they looked at us like, who are these, like, you guys are, like, weird. You're weird, like, what?
They snickered at us.
Yeah.
And they looked at us like we were a zombie.
Like we're weird or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were trying to say hello. Like, she was trying to say hello. And so we were telling Kayla our whole story. And this is not to, like, you know, bash her or anything, because she has nothing to do with it. So, somehow or another, somebody posted about our story. And that, like, blew up. It escalated.
We talked to her on her lively.
Yeah.
The day after this happened.
Wait, no. We're talking about the person who posted our story.
I know, but we were talking to Kayla and somebody on her live or something.
Somebody somewhere found out and posted about it because they 100% agreed with us, because we're not the only people who went to New York and they said they're going to be there and they weren't there. So as that was going on, people were telling us to go on live and tell our story, and then people were like, you guys are lying, you guys, this is such toffee, they would never do that.
What's toffee?
Yeah, what is that?
What's
What is that?
toffee?
Toffee.
What is that?
Whatever. And they're just like, you guys are lying, you guys are just trying to bash their name in the mud because
You guys just want attention.
you guys just want attention. And me and Ashley, we're like,
What attention from what?
like, you know, they give their numbers out to the top gifters, and then when the top gifters message them being like, you know, there's fans outside waiting for you, can you please just take 5 minutes out of your day,
Out of your busy schedule.
out of your busy schedule, just to say hi, bye.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for freezing your ass off in the cold wind because we let you guys wait here for so long.
Yeah, we couldn't even get that. And it's just like, that really opened our eyes about reality. And that's just, it shows that no matter what you do, no matter how much you spend on people are going to do whatever they want to do. No matter what if you like it or not. And it's just like, us standing there, sitting there.
Looking stupid. Looking real stupid.
The whole time just made us realize that we don't need this. We don't
Like,
need,
what am I doing?
we don't need to support people who can't even take 5 minutes just to like say, just to come down their hotel room to say, hi, I apologize for you guys being out here for so long. Like,
And that's all we really wanted.
and we don't like how people who were in the same fan base we were in telling us we're lying because
Exactly.
of these 4 boys who none of us met, who they want to believe them over the fans who spent their hard-earned money to go see, and they want to believe them being like, they will never do that. Oh my god, they will never do that shit.
Yeah.
And we're like,
My children, they're good kids.
yeah, and
Like-
that's another thing. That's another thing.
Yes.
I'm not gonna go there. Other
Please
than
go there. Go there.
No, Ash, listen. I'm not gonna go there. Than the simple fact because, you know, people who don't know much, they will say something to protect something. So their mother went online on the computer or on her phone,
Whatever she was doing.
and she was like, the tickets are free. My children would never do that, and blah blah blah. And me and Ashley were like, I don't know what ticket she's talking about was free because I paid my own ticket out of my
ticket down.
out of my own check. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Yo, that was so funny.
So
I'm done. Oh, I'm crying. That was so funny.
And then Lucas want to get on the line being like, this isn't true, guys. This isn't true. And we're just sitting here, and we were telling our parents the whole story. We're like, these people are crazy. They of course they're gonna say this isn't true, like, cause Lucas and Mark, we didn't see you.
We don't know what you look like.
We don't even know what you look like in person. Your brothers, we know what they look like, cause
And
we saw them.
And we don't like them. That's all.
We don't really care, but we don't really care. But, and also, you know, this one thing got me, because people were like, that's so much true. You guys probably didn't even go. If you guys go on, you know, Cyrus's Instagram, you know, when in the picture when he went to New York City, we're in it. We're in the background, walking. We're walking there. And you can clearly see my outfit in red, because I was wearing a red outfit, red two-top, red pants, everything. We're in the photo. And
also,
he was in the hotel room the whole time. 7 hours. We're waiting there.
while fans texted him.
So, you know, my message for everybody basically is, you know, get a hobby. You know, find something else to do, to get a job.
Spend your money
the way you want to. But I'm just saying, like, everybody wants to be heartbroken and upset over them living their life with people who they love or whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, I really love this person, whatever, and they're just like, we don't know you guys at all. We don't know you. So, bottom line is that, do we support them, Ashley?
No.
we have our own job, we have our own life to take care of, and it's just like this really woke me up about people in this life don't care. They're fame hungry, money hungry.
They're rolling on your dime.
They're
like honestly, guys.
They're thirsty for likes. Like, come on, guys.
Like it up. Let's say we get to 2 million likes in 30 seconds. Like it up. Like, guys.
I mean, be thankful, be blessed, because there's people out here in this world.
Be humble.
There's people out here in this world who don't make much. They wish they can do it. They're doing it for doing a backflip. They're making however X money they making to have so many cars, a nice house. You know, let's give it up for them. You know, good job, guys. Like, you guys did it big. You guys are great. Yeah.
That's all.
So
That's all because of the fans that they couldn't even meet.
Yeah, they couldn't even meet. So it's just like you guys are wasting your money.
You're wasting
your time, your energy, especially if you're going to work 9 to 5, like all of us here. And then we're wasting our money on them. No.
Yeah.
You guys just need to just understand that this world doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
They don't care about you.
They don't care
about you.
Mm-mm.
They like your money. They like your views.
They're gonna give you a shout out because you were so. I don't want to say
like you. No, don't insult. Let's not. Don't go there.
All right.
Let's not go there because we were there. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I was there.
All we're saying is, whatever you guys like to do, if you want to support them 100%, if you don't want to support them at all, that's your business. Me and Ashley, we found out that our time is more precious than to be watching a video through our phone, looking at somebody do a backflip for 2 seconds. We don't want to do that.
and might fall at that.
Exactly. You know, if I want to see someone do a backflip, I can try to do a backflip. I don't need to see it. I don't care. None of us cares.
I don't care.
If we do care, because we're hurt about it, because we wasted our time.
I wasted my damn time.
But there's no love lost, no love found, because we didn't meet them, so who cares, right?
Oh, about Cyrus and Darius?
About what?
Exactly.
Oh, well. But that's it. Thank you for listening.
In this part of the video, Ashley and Alana talk about someone texting Cyrus to see where they were. So I am definitely one of those people. I ended up getting a message from Kayla saying that her friend Ashley was waiting for them outside of the hotel. At this time, I was in Las Vegas. I was on and off texting with Cyrus those last couple of days, so I did shoot Cyrus a text asking where he was. The next day he responded with his location, but at that point it was too late. I did bring up the whole situation to Cyrus, in which he told me that did not happen and kind of laughed it off. And of course in that moment I believed him and told people on Lively that it was all a misunderstanding. Cyrus had sent me a text. I tweeted out the screenshot of the text about it being a misunderstanding and that they would never do such a thing. And now I want to apologize on this video to Ashley and Alana for taking his word, taking his side, telling people that you guys misunderstood the situation. I now 100% believe you. After my entire experience with them, I would so believe that they would do that. And I'm so sorry that I was persuading people to believe that it was a misunderstanding instead of believing you guys who were actually there and experienced the situation. I'm so sorry that you went through that, and I'm so sorry that I was telling people that that's not what happened. So now that each of these people told their stories and I've told mine, I've put my points out, I want you guys to just take in this information and just realize who you're supporting. I want you guys to take in this information and just be aware of who you're supporting. If you want to continue to support them, that is up to you. That is completely your choice. I no longer am a supporter. As Ashley and Alana said, they are no longer supporters. Betsy is no longer a supporter. Kayla and Maddie are somewhat still supporters, so it is totally up to you if you want to be a supporter or not. A lot of us have been hurt too much to continue to support them, so it's completely up to you guys. You can decide for yourself whether you want to support someone like that or you don't. Other than that, I guess for those of you guys who are subscribed, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!